everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to do my last Sephora haul. I say that, but I feel like Sephora is like one of those things. It's like Brokeback Mountain. It's like, I can't quit you. Like, I had some gift cards that I wanted to spend, so I bought some things, kind of like trying to use them up and get out of there. And I still have some left, and I'm just thinking I'm going to hold on and save those for around the holidays. But for the most part, like I mentioned in previous videos, I am just pretty much done dumping more money into the company, and since the gift cards were already purchased, it's just like they've already got that money, if that makes sense. So anyway, I picked up some things, and yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got. The first thing I have here comes with two of them, but I've already taken one out and I've been testing it. But it's the Sephora, they're called Black Magic, and these are supposed to be like the Sephora brand of the makeup erasers. But instead of getting one large pink one, you get two like smaller black ones that are about the size of like your standard washcloth. And you're supposed to just be able to wet these and then wipe your makeup off. I have been using one of them, and I feel like this really does grip the makeup, but I also feel like since it grips the makeup, it's also gripping my eyebrows and my lashes. And I feel like I've been losing some because of this. So I'm going to kind of play around with it a little bit more. But I think it does an awesome job, and I think this would be perfect to have like in your gym bag or something like that, so you don't have to carry something additional, or if you're just going to be showering and you don't want to carry anything special, and you just kind of want to remove your makeup like in the shower, make sure it's all gone, like say you're at the gym or traveling or whatever. It's good to have. I would have actually liked to have had that while I was in Hawaii, because every time I would go into the beach, like my makeup would just kind of like go down my face and give me kunais, and I think that would have helped with that. And then this is actually quite exciting for me, and I'm really upset that Sephora like screwed the pooch on this, because they now carry Burberry, which Nordstrom carries it and it's perfectly fine. And I also purchased it from, I think it's pronounced Net-a-Porter, but I always call it Net-a-Porter because I have to pronounce everything phonetically. But anyway, it's the little Burberry, what do they call this? Beauty box. And it was $32, I think. And it comes with quite a bit. It comes with a Fresh Glow Luminous Fluid Base, a lipstick, something, this is the size of their standard eyeshadow, but this is actually their blush in Earthy. But it says contouring powder for face and eyes, so they gave it like a mini or whatever to use on your eyes. And then a little kabuki brush. So the little kabuki brush is quite nice, and it's like a good quality brush. So this is going to be perfect for travel. Like, it feels really good. I think this would be perfect for like doing just, I don't know, blush, like contour, like, and it's small enough to fit inside of the Earthy blush. So here it is, and it comes with a little eyeshadow applicator as well. And I'll do a swatch. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the swatch though, because I have the sun coming right now, and then here is a swatch of the Earthy blush. So it's enough just to kind of give like a subtle hint or flush sort of contoury bronze shade. It reminds me a lot of Tarte Exposed, and I'm going to get that out and swatch it. And sorry for the really poor lighting. So it's very close, but I find that Tarte Exposed leans a little bit more pink, and this leans like a little bit more, I would say like, I guess brown, but it's not like brown brown. It's almost, I don't want to say ashy because that kind of is negative. It reminds me a lot of the Laura Mercier eyeshadow in Fresco. I'm just going to go on a, so here we go. Here's Fresco. Yeah, Fresco is actually more pink too. It's actually closer to the Exposed. I don't know. I don't think I have anything quite like it. And it's like a very beautiful satin texture that I think is going to meld really well with the skin, so it won't look ashy on the skin. Now I feel like I need to swatch a bunch of stuff to see if I have anything close. There's this shade right here called Clay, and the Stila in the No. I bet that might be kind of similar. Nope, clay is still more pink. So here it is in the center, and then here's all the other stuff that leans more pinky purple. It's a blush, but it really isn't. It just kind of will give your face a little bit of coloring if you need it, I think. So super happy to get this. I'm just going to keep it with the eyeshadows though, but I don't know if you want to see me do a look with this. I think this would be one of those perfect products to use on the eyes and the face to kind of get that fall monotone sort of look. And then the lipstick that came in here is a red lipstick. And why do companies do this? Why is it always a red lipstick that they give you? Why can't they give you like a wearable tone? But I like the detailing in the lipstick that you get on here. Again, sorry about the lighting, just because of the sun coming in. But you get the plaid detailing on there. Is it like plaid or like tartan, whatever? But you get that, and it's a sheer but buildable lipstick. It's supposed to be moisturizing. I think it's called, what is this called? It's in the shade Military Red. And it's the Burberry Kisses Hydrating Lip Color. I wish that they would have done a more wearable thing, especially with giving this blush, which it's from the blush line if you want to purchase a full size. With giving this blush, I feel like, I don't know, a bright red lipstick with this blush. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. But yeah, happy to have it. And then the Fresh Glow that comes inside, it's just kind of like, it's obviously a base, so it's kind of like a primer, obviously. But it's not super glittery. It just kind of gives a very subtle glow to the skin. I'm not sure if you can see it back here. But it just makes the skin look moisturized, and that's something that I think I would want a full size with. So the quality of all the stuff in here is really, really nice. And you can get their eyeshadows alone for $29 each, and this is like the size of an eyeshadow. I think even the let me see if the grams are the same. Yeah, so it's just your standard 2.5 grams, and I think their blushes obviously are more, but like more product and more money. The blushes themselves are $42, so if you wanted to kind of try out the earthy blush, but you didn't want to commit to the $42 price tag, this is really great, especially with its multi-purpose and stuff. So I'm very impressed by that, considering that it's pretty much what you would pay just for this to get the entire kit, and you get to try some other things. And the quality of this kabuki brush is actually quite nice. Okay, so the next item I want to show you is something that I had planned on getting with the Mega Rewards along with some other things, but that didn't pan out, and that's kind of why I'm mad at Sephora. But, which I understand that not everybody's going to be able to get something, but I also feel like it was just like a huge debacle. But anyway, I hadn't originally planned on buying this, and then everybody keeps going on and on about it. I'm like, okay, I guess I need it. And it is the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. And I'm just like, I didn't want to spend my money on it, so I was going to do it with rewards. But knowing that it was in limited edition, everybody keeps going on and on about it. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. So here it is. I have tried this once, and the verdict is still out. I swatched this in store when it first came out, and I thought that it was kind of like flaky and glittery, and that was kind of a turnoff for me. So I'm sure you've seen hundreds of swatches, and obviously mine's not going to be good today. But this actually, to me, it does seem kind of gritty. It doesn't seem... And here's the thing. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to highlighter. I actually, a lot of the times, prefer to have liquid highlighter that is just, it's almost like a pearl finish instead of little tiny shimmers. I don't want to be able to see the little tiny shimmers. So then there's that. And I can see them in this. And then on the skin, it didn't look natural. It looked kind of patchy. So I'm going to have to play around with it and see if like maybe applying it with different things is going to make the difference. But it really kind of applied kind of patchy. I had to use quite a bit of it and then go back with my foundation brush to make it not so severe, and then also use a facial mist to give myself a natural glow. And I feel like that is a lot of work for a $38 product that there's a lot of hype around it. And you can kind of see the little glitters that have kind of broken away around the edges here. So it's glittery. Like, it looks pretty from far away, and I mean, Jaclyn Hill really piled it on and it looked pretty. But at the same time, I think my skin might be aging a little bit more than hers. I don't know how old she is, but I'm in my 30s, and when you're there, I love a highlighter. I think it makes the skin look youthful if it's placed properly and if it makes the skin look plump. But this, I mean, just into my hand, it's like sinking in and it looks textured. So to me, this would really exaggerate any texture you have on your skin. So that actually might be going back, and I don't even know if they're sold out of it now or what's going on, but yeah. And the rest, oh, I did buy one more thing. Okay, and then the last thing I picked up was this Sephora Oil Infusion, and this is because I wanted to compare it to the YSL. So a lot of brands are now coming out with like these oil lip treatments, and this one looked like it would be the perfect shade for my lips, so I picked it up. And it really is. And by the way, I have the shade Iced Coffee. And it's the perfect shade for my lips. And I'm sorry to say that it's Sephora House brands because I'm just like, I want to stop shopping there and I can't get it elsewhere. I don't feel like the texture is as good as the YSL oils, in which this costs about 1/3 of what the YSL oil costs. So, understandably. But it is nice. It's got a nice gloss texture. It's kind of see-through, but it does add a little something to the lips. So, I'm happy about that. And then I just put in some codes, and you get like a bag of hair stuff, like a bunch of samples, and then the samples that like you get with the order. And I did like 2 separate orders, and I also put in a sample to get a little mini Cover FX drops because I have, which one do I have? I have the one in G30, and right now it's a little bit light for me, so I wanted something a little bit darker, but they didn't have a lot of shades. And this is in N50, yeah, N50. So I'm gonna try to mix this because this actually seems pretty dark, dark and orange. So I'm gonna try to mix the N50 with the G30 and a moisturizer to see if I can kind of get the shade that I need. And then I also did do a 100-point perk for the Elizabeth and James Rollerball. I have several of these, but I love the scent, and I'm not really putting a lot of stock into their point system anymore, and I think that 100 points is a very good, it's a very good, I guess, amount considering what Sephora normally gives for the point perks. Like I spent $100, and then this is worth about, I guess, like it's like $20 for a full rollerball, and this is like a half a rollerball, so it's worth $10, so it's like 10%. So it's not the best, but it's also definitely not the worst considering some of the stuff they put up there in the 100-point thing sometimes. So happy to get another one of these to like toss in my gym bag or my purse or whatever. I just love the scent of this perfume. I don't like the white one, but I love the black one. It smells really good, and I have a full-size bottle of this as well, so it would just be nice to travel with. So I think that's it. I did try get the Commodity Gold to sample a little bit, and really nothing else is interesting in the samples. So that's it. That's like my last Sephora haul. I mean, of course I'm going to shop there if there's something that is only available there, like come around the holidays, things like that. But for the most part, if I can buy it elsewhere, I will. And these are all things that I could only get at Sephora, like the Becca highlighter. You can only get that at Sephora. This little kit from Burberry, you can only get that at Sephora. And then the little things that you clean your face with, you can only get there. And then obviously this, you can only get there. So that is pretty much the reasoning behind what I purchased. I'm still not going to buy anything there, even though I have money left on the gift cards. I'm still not going to buy anything there that I can purchase elsewhere. I'm just pretty much going to save it for stuff that is exclusive to Sephora, and since the money's already spent, it's not really that big of a deal. Anyway, that is it, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!